Greetings, all my fellow monsters and ghouls out there. This is the terrors of Halloween. So you know what? Today I figured, I can do a different video today, kind of showing all of my haunted attraction T-shirts from different haunts that I got. But no, I did not go to these haunts. I wish I would, but no, that was not the case. Where I got these T-shirts. But yeah, basically, me and my mom were looking online. Figure like, hey, since I love these haunted houses, I can have these T-shirts of my own. So yeah, I did get a couple of haunted house T-shirts, the ones from Netherworld Haunted House in Stone Mountain, Georgia, Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, that I will show in a moment. I'll talk about that. And the Dent Schoolhouse from Cincinnati, Ohio. So yeah, okay. Well, let's don't lollygag here. I'm gonna get on with this video. So I figure we can probably just start from right here. So basically, right here, this is Mr. Grendel's Birthday Party of Horrors. This was actually a haunt attraction from last year. So basically, Mr. Grendel is one of the icon characters of Netherworld. So basically, the whole facts about Mr. Grendel, he is basically a ancient ogre that basically, he's actually a clown, but he's not your generic psycho clown that you see at, like other haunted houses, but this is more of a different take on a clown. So basically Mr. Grendel has all these like this army full of like evil clowns in a circus world that feeds on his victims. So yeah, of course you guys can see Mr. Grendel's got those horns right there, and basically last year it was his birthday because this character has been around for quite a long time, so he is one of the icon characters of Netherworld Haunted House. But yeah, I love the design of this. It's pretty cool. Got some evil clowns from Mr. Grendel's circus right there. Okay, moving on. We got another Netherworld Haunted House T-shirt. This is another last year's attraction. This is Wake the Dead. This one has the main icon. Basically that's the Collector. He's one of the main icons of Netherworld. So he's kind of like your typical Mickey Mouse. Kind of like how Mickey Mouse is on the Disney logos, but basically he's the mascot of Netherworld Haunted House, and it's got all these creatures right here. So this is basically the Collector's haunt attraction right here. So this was the last year's haunt last year. Same with the Mr. Grendel's Birthday Party of Horrors. It's got all these creatures from the Netherworld. The Collector, he's like, he is like a undead gravedigger that basically digs up graves at the Weisberg Cemetery, and he basically can open up portals to the Netherworld and unleash these creatures right here. So yeah, I got all these monsters from the Netherworld. That's Netherspawn, one of the characters, the Gargoyle, and some of the other ones that I don't know. I'm trying to think what this character is, but I've seen this one last year. That's basically one of the other Netherworld creatures. He's kind of like, he's kind of like the head, like the leader of all these creatures from Netherworld. Okay, so there's those. That's Wake the Dead from last year, and also got this one, the Dent Schoolhouse from Cincinnati, Ohio, and that's some of the other characters on the school bus. That's Bobo the Clown. That's one of the teachers from Dent Schoolhouse, and that's Charlie McPhee, aka Charlie the Janitor. Basically, the whole plot of Charlie the Janitor, basically, he's been kind of capturing students of the schoolhouse, putting them in his basement, kind of like, they're kind of like victims of him, and they don't know who did it, and like they're trying to figure out where this smell was coming from. And it was basically dead corpses of the students of the schoolhouse, and they all blamed him. That was Charlie the janitor. So basically, you know, and he comes back a year later and he's like kind of the watcher of the schoolhouse. But yeah, it's a little storyline about Charlie the janitor. And right there, that's another icon character from Dent. That's the Pumpkin Smasher. And right over here, that is one of the spirits of the Dent schoolhouse. It's like an undead ghost that's come from a dark world, or like the netherworld type creature right there. But yeah, so there's my Dent Schoolhouse t-shirt that I got right here. Also got some other t-shirts, and this one's got the main icon of Netherworld. There is the Collector. Yep, so I got that t-shirt from the Netherworld Haunted House merch website right there. Oh yes, I'm gonna say I think the Collector has to be my favorite icon of Netherworld, because you know he's like the main icon of Netherworld. But yeah, I just love the looks of this undead creature. Like he digs up graves at the cemetery and opens portals to the Netherworld. Yeah, he's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I decided to change up some colors. Same thing I did with the Mr. Grendel one. I got purple, and then I got this one for red. You can choose either colors for that t-shirt right there. And over here, got Sir Henry's Haunted Trail right here, one of my other favorite haunts. That I never really talked about it on the channel, but I figure like, hey, you know, I just want to show you some of my t-shirts of my favorite haunts right here. But yeah, basically Sir Henry's Haunted Trail is located in Florida. I don't remember which part of Florida, but basically, you know, they come up with like different trails every year and different storylines to these trails. And basically that's kind of like the main mascot right there. That is Sir Henry. And that's like the house, like the mansion right there. It's like a spooky train. But I think this is one of the older Sir Henry's Haunted Trail designs. Because actually Sinister Visions, I believe, basically recreated the merch design of Sir Henry's Haunted Trail, but it doesn't look like that. It looks actually looks pretty different. But yeah, so there's that one, and definitely love this t-shirt and the Sir Henry's Haunted Trail t-shirt, and definitely love the Collector. But you better watch out. If you're trespassing the Weisberg Cemetery, the Collector will collect your soul. And also, one more thing before I end this video. Also, I did get some hoodies for basically for like the cold weather. Also, I got right here the Dent Schoolhouse, Cincinnati, Ohio. And also right here on the I might have to stop the video for a minute because I want to show you guys what's on the back of the hoodie. So here, let me flip the hoodie over, and then I will show you guys what's on the back of the hoodie of the Dent Schoolhouse. Here we go. I got it flipped over, and here is the back of the Dent Schoolhouse hoodie. Oh man, that is so cool. It's got the whole haunted schoolhouse right there with the jack-o'-lantern faces and the bats. Oh man, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so there's that one, and then there is the main icon, Sir Henry from Sir Henry's Haunted Trail. I got a hoodie of him. Pretty awesome design right here. But yeah, man, you know, someday I'll have to visit those haunts. I'll love to visit Netherworld, the Dent Schoolhouse, and Hell's Gate Haunted House. That's in Lockport, Illinois. That's another haunt I want to visit, and definitely love the storyline too. They got a pretty good storyline of Hell's Gate. But yeah, someday I would love to visit these haunts. And Sir Henry's Haunted Trail is one of the other ones because, you know, they have a pretty good storyline for their trails. And that's pretty cool. Dent Schoolhouse tells a story, Netherworld with all these creatures, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, so you know, I got something to wear for like the cold weather. I cannot wait for summer to end so I can start wearing these hoodies for basically the winter time. And then yeah, definitely love this skull of Sir Henry. here I'm trying to figure out what the storyline of him. I think it was explained before. I'll have to read about it, but there's also some books that kind of tells the tale of Sir Henry, and it kind of like, tells his whole story of how he kind of became like a ghost, and of course he's like a skeleton that wears a top hat, and he's also known as Sir Henry. But yeah, so I figured I would, do something different for today. But stay tuned. I will definitely show some stuff that I got set up for the haunt. I'm still working on Neville Stone's Dr. Neville Stone's Graveyard House of Terror, so it's still being worked on. So yeah, stay tuned for those. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. And I will give you guys some updates as soon as I can, because I'm still working on the haunt and getting some stuff ready for the haunted house for this season. So yeah, but yeah, if you guys heard about Netherworld, they also hold on, is this thing still recording? Okay. But yeah, they also announced some new attractions this year, but it's not the same ones from last year, because they always change up the storylines every year at Netherworld. So this year is the return of the Mangler. His haunt is called Oblivion, the return of Dr. Mangler. So basically, he's this mad doctor, same way as Dr. Neville Stone, but he's more of a different type of character. He's not like Dr. Neville Stone. He creates these like undead zombie robot creatures called death machines. So that's what he kind of does. Like, he's just this mad doctor that was set on fire. Like, his whole face